Welcome or welcome back to the CNC Advantage. I am Christy and we are doing a late night reading, so Cooper is sleeping. Sorry about that. But I was called to squeeze in some readings, and so here we go. We're doing Sagittarius for the whole month of July, and we're doing the Celtic Cross for you. So let's just dive in, shall we? Your current energy came out with the Ten of Swords upright and the Page of Wands upright. So you're feeling a little wounded at this time, that you've been going through the ringer. You're standing here on a cliff, kind of overlooking everything that's happened. You're kind of looking back and going, holy shit, I can't believe I just made it through that. I can't believe they betrayed me like that. I can't believe they stabbed me in the back like that. And, and not that they did it once, they did it 10 times over, kind of thing. So, I mean, the normal card is where you're just laying there in a pool of your own blood. I mean, so they came for you, whoever it is. They came for you hardcore. And your current situation also involves the Page of Wands. Pages are of messages. So there's a message here that speaks to your passion and your creativity, and maybe you're receiving a calling to start a new project, a new hobby, maybe a new work endeavor, possibly, as long if it's along like a creative line. Maybe you write jingles, maybe you write poems, maybe you paint, maybe it's something of that sort, a message to start something new. So out of all this hurt and this pain, you're gonna find a way to channel it through this new creative venture, right? So that could be journaling, music, anything that you find that sparks that light within you again, right? So what you're going to find challenging in all of this, which, it's easy to see, you might find this challenging, is you have the Two of Wands upright for your challenge. You're going to feel like you just want to leave, run away, possibly travel, and yet you don't feel like even leaving your house right now because you don't know who you can trust. You've got one wand over here laying against the wall, you got the other one in your hand, but you're not really focusing on it, right? You're not focusing on what that wand can bring to your life because you're staring out the window going, I don't really know if I want to try again. You're choosing, what to do. How do I move forward? You might feel a little lost on what's the next step. Okay? So what you should focus on, right? You got a couple cards here. You got the Hermit upright, and you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So taking the time, possibly isolating yourself a bit, reading, studying, meditating, reconnecting with your inner light, with your truth, and not overthinking this whole thing. So overthinking it to death is not the answer. It's gonna trap you in a negative energy, and it's gonna torment you and your soul and this and that is not what Spirit wants for you. They want you to not get caught up in the emotions and all of it. Don't overthink it to death, right? Just process it like a project. We have a problem. What was the problem? How can we address the problem? How many options do we have as far as how to fix it and start putting it into action, right? So just work through it, right? Don't sit in one spot and be like, they got me. Man, they played me, they tricked me, whatever it is, right? I mean, don't stay there. Don't stay stuck in that and then just allow it to eat you alive, you know? What did I do? Why don't I deserve better? Why don't I deserve love? Why don't I deserve respect? You know, when you stay in those energies, it clouds up your light and it lowers your vibrations, it lowers your self-love, and that is not what Spirit wants for you right now. To focus on what's to be learned, what's to be gained, what's the silver lining to all this crap, all right? There's always a silver lining, no matter how crappy it is, you know, kind of thing. So look for that silver lining, and that'll do you very well at this time. The energy that you're leaving behind is the Four of Wands in reverse. So your happy home went to shit, is what I'm hearing. Where everything was good and seemed to be on track. Everything was, you know, exactly as you hoped and dreamed, and, you know, maybe just too good to be true. Now you know why it seemed that way. It was too good to be true in a way, right? Because, I mean, you got 10 swords in your back. I mean, they've been stabbing you in the back for a while, and you didn't know it. And maybe now you're starting to see it and realize it, you know, and that maybe that's why you feel like you got played, right? But the strengths that you can lean on for July is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So stop listening to everyone else who has an opinion on this. You ever hear that you live in a glass house and everyone can see you from hundreds or even 1,000 miles away, and everyone's got an opinion? You know, it's kind of like that, right? They weren't there. They weren't a part of the situation. They didn't see both sides of it. They probably got half of the story, and probably half of the other half of the story that they got wasn't even true, all right? So, I mean, they're going off from bad knowledge, you know, and they're just making their own assumptions and this and that. They're believing the other person on what they said to be true, and then they didn't even come to you and ask you what the truth was, you know? So, I mean, these other people's opinions aren't worth yesterday's shit you took. Sorry. Alright? But in your near future, right, if you drop all this dead weight that you got here, you have the Empress. You're stepping into the Empress energy. That is great. I mean, you're going to come out of this even stronger than before. More self-love, more intuition, more... you'll be able to manifest whatever you want because you dropped all this negative energy that you had. You thought it was your whole world, and you thought it was wish fulfillment, right? But now, once you take the time to step into the hermit mode, and you really, really look at everything and go, you know what? They really weren't that great. They really weren't that good for me, and I was just kind of going along, trying to go with the flow of things, and now I see that it wasn't meant for me. It didn't benefit my highest good. So you're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more refreshed. You're going to feel like there's a brand new beginning for you, and that life is your oyster, and you can just start over. You can do anything you want at this time, especially with your new creative endeavor. if you focus on that a bit. Your advice from Spirit for July is the Seven of Swords in reverse. So, coming to terms with all the lies, all the deceit. Don't just sweep it under the rug and forgive them. That is not in your best interest, okay? They slit their own throat with the Seven of Swords, and now it's your job to just walk away from it, is what I'm hearing, okay? As far as your environment for July, your environment, you have the Knight of Swords upright, and you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So you're going to have some swift movement in July. So some of this stuff is going to play out, and it's going to play out real hard and fast, is what I'm hearing. And when you hear the truth, it's going to make you look back and reflect on it, right? And that's why when you go into the hermit mode, you're going to have plenty of time to isolate, you know, and maybe you're going to feel like maybe running off and just taking a little vacation for yourself. Spirit says go ahead. Do some hiking while you're out there. Do some swimming. Get connected with nature. Let her help you transmute some of this energy, because you don't deserve to wallow in this, okay? And you also have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So upright, that's a card of greed. So maybe this is one of the things you're going to be leaving behind, you know? So they had you kind of focused on what you had in your life, what you didn't have in your life, brand name this, brand name that, you know. It's going to come into focus more of what you truly need in your life, which is the hermit, the knowledge and the wisdom and the peace that you're going to gain from the hermit mode versus the materials that you gained by being with this person. So maybe this person gave you a home. Maybe this person, you know, fed you and clothed you and put a roof over your house or over your head, kind of thing. And now you're going to learn that just because someone helps you out like that doesn't mean that they own you, that they can treat you however they please. You know, if it's a narcissist who's been gaslighting you and all that, then was all these things that they gave you, was it really worth it? You know, it's not. No one deserves to be treated like that. And you standing up for yourself is the best way to show yourself self-love and to move forward in love and light. Okay? Your hopes and fears. You're afraid that you're going to lose everyone you care about. Your friends, your family. You got the Ten of Cups in reverse. So, yeah, this is going to scare the shit out of you. Moving on. You're not quite sure what's going to happen. You're stepping into the unknown. And one thing to know is it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So even though you don't know what's coming or how you're going to support yourself or how you're going to eat tomorrow, Spirit is saying that you're going to be okay, because this wasn't meant for you. And if it wasn't meant for you, then he's not going to allow it to continue, right? So sometimes things like this, you either walk away from the whole situation, or Spirit rips it out of your life, right? So, and I'm not sure how this one played out for you, but it was for your best good, for your highest good. These people did not benefit you, especially if they were stabbing you with 10 swords. Ouch, you know, all right? Your potential outcome for July for Sagittarius is the King of Swords upright. You're going to come out of this stronger than ever. You're going to be real with yourself on the truth. You're going to be setting healthier boundaries for yourself. You're going to be confident. You might be scared a little bit, but you're going to allow your faith and your trust in the divine to carry you forward at this time. So even what you feel that you lack, you're going to allow the divine the space in your life by doing the hermit mode and all that to come in and be like, it's okay, man. You know, try this next time. Try that next time. Go into meditation a little more often. Make more time for you. Make more time for the divine. Make time to see the truth of things, even though you don't want to see them. And then just sit in it on how you can move forward in this masculine energy. Staying in your masculine side is going to take all of it to stay away from this situation, to walk away and to stay away. So I mean, you're going to have those moments where you're so pissed you're never going back, and then you're going to have moments where you're like, oh shit, did I overreact? Or, you know, don't doubt yourself on this. You know the truth. Don't sugarcoat it for them. Don't let them off the hook. Let them serve their karma from the divine. Just walk away, go do you. Alright? Alright. Well, I know this was another tough reading, but if you liked it, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you'd like to leave any comments below on how this resonated, if you have any questions or anything, I do what I can to help, okay? And if you'd like to be notified of future readings, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and it sure does help out the channel. So, I guess until next time, you guys, in love and light.